Hey you guys, it's Ty and welcome back to my channel where I hope you guys stay uplifted, motivate you, and find peace amongst yourself. So if you're interested in these type of videos, make sure you're giving this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're leaving a like and commenting down below, as well as subscribing and follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter at Ty_guidance. And on Instagram and Twitter. So I only have Instagram and Twitter. It's TYI_GUIDANCE. And I don't have any other form of social media. So really quickly, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, you guys. It is 11:21 p.m. and I'm making this video a little bit later than what I originally wanted to. So just know I do not plan on making this an extended video, but I do base my lives off of the people in the chat and in the audience. So if you're just stopping by and this is your first time here, welcome and welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I suggest and advise information what has helped me along my journey, as well as speaking from a place of experience and wisdom, as well as using natural resources such as outside environments, geographic locations, as well as my exposure. So, my everyday, what has helped me along my journey, what I've been accustomed to, pros and cons, or the goods and the bads of my life, reflecting, as well as informative and educational and academic. I don't know why I keep saying academical. Academical might be a word, it might not be. Resources such as a dictionary, a thesaurus, as well as the internet. And like I said, interacting with you guys in life, understanding that everybody in life has gone through certain things and that nobody in life does not suffer. Something that I want to suggest and advise, and something that I'm going to say really quickly before starting this video, is understanding your situation and living your best life. So on this channel, I represent myself. I'm a spiritual healer, intuitive leader, motivational teacher. I do not go out my way to try to be something that I'm not, nor try to force or have people try to believe or live my life for validation through others, through people, places, and things, as well as exposure just for attention. Now, there are certain things in my life that I have overcome from my past that I had to learn from because I was naive, I lacked knowledge, and I didn't have the guidance. So, being ignorant means you lack knowledge. Being naive is you're not as wise, you may not have the experience. So, knowing that everybody in life, just like myself, are going to make decisions that may not be as effective for them, but learning from why you went through what you were exposed to, how it made you feel, and moving forward. So on this channel, once again, because I suggest and advise information from experiences, if not factual information, understanding how acknowledging, accepting, adapting, and taking action is going to help you move forward. So that being said, as this video is on right now, I'm gonna let some people join, and then within a minute or two, I'm gonna go ahead and start the video. But the title in the series that I made for today's current events videos, if you haven't catched them out already for this playlist, is Don't Get Distracted. So currently, you guys, I live in America. I am American, unfortunately, good and bad. But and just like America and anywhere else in the world, you guys, there are good and bad. Like I've been outside of the country. My favorite place in the world that I've been to is Belize and Grand Turk and Canada. Fun fact, those are my three favorite places in the world that I've been to outside of the country. I've also lived in 6 different states, as well as visiting 21 different states. And just like America, you have good and bad. So understanding that life is what you're experiencing, understanding that being born into this world and leaving this world is out of our control. So realizing what has helped us along our journey, not being so hard on ourselves, moving forward to understand that healing is a process and that there's no right or wrong way to do so. So on this channel, we don't invalidate how people feel. People don't get to invalidate how I feel. Meaning, just because you, excuse me, went through something and someone else didn't, does not mean that you're allowed to tell someone, oh, that they're sensitive, oh, they're not allowed to feel, they have to heal at a certain time frame, or that they're taking what happened to them incorrectly or misinterpreting it. Like, everyone feels differently and everyone copes differently. So that being said, my channel is not for the entire world. It's only for specific people who choose to align themselves and be a reflection of me. And understanding that in life, because we're spiritual beings, who possess souls inside of a physical body, that everyone that you come in contact with is always going to be connected to you, good and bad. Life is about perspective, understanding what's going to work for you and what's not. So, once again, I live in America and it's a lot of distractions. It's a lot of distractions that's been going on since, day one, which was billions and trillions of years ago, just like there are billions and trillions of people on this planet. So, with that being said, keeping in mind that we come to this earth to figure out who we are. There are some people who are going to understand who they are from the decisions they get in this lifetime, and some people are not, and they're going to have to make certain decisions from life, from realizing, what is working and what's not. The goal is to accept the fact that you may not be where you want to be and acknowledge it. Like something that has helped me along my journey when it comes to healing myself and when it came to healing myself spiritually, because everything in life is spiritual if it's not physical material. Like being a part of the spiritual being a part of the mental health. This is not a podcast. I've been had a channel, and when I originally wanted to start my channel is when I felt as though I didn't have, the equipment and tools, when I realized like that would have been a good time. But me personally, I wasn't in the right mental or emotional space. And here I am now. So realizing that your, spirituality is you existing and has been existing since you came out your womb, your mom or your guardian, whoever raised you, was the womb. And realizing that mental health is not something that should affect people in crisis. You should be exposing yourself when it comes to healing from suffering from trauma, ADHD, OCD, PTSD, 1, 2, 3, your entire life. It should not take suffering in life. And one thing I want to say in life that I've learned and I want to continue to suggest and advise is that you should not have to learn lessons through suffering. You can learn lessons from, making better decisions, learning, moving forward, and knowing that these choices affect us in our everyday life. So, understanding our past, our present, and our future, and just moving forward with ourselves. So, that's why this month and this year, so far as of right now, I'm starting off by letting you guys know to not get distracted. Okay, there are a lot of people, places, and things that are going to try to distract you. How do I know? Because anything that I say, I'm not going to lie to you guys, a good 99% of the stuff that I talk about, if it's not factual, it's from experience. I've been through a lot, okay, you guys? I've been through a lot. I've been exposed to a lot of environments, people, places, and cultures, and just me being my own people, place, and culture in my own, and just realizing, oh, you guys see that? Realizing, I like almost felt realizing, how that's affected me, good and bad ways, and understanding, what I want to do with myself if necessarily I may not be where I want to be. And knowing that if you're not where you want to be, it's not a bad thing. Like not being where you want to be gives you opportunity and experience to grow. Like a lot of people, okay, hold on, you guys. I'm trying to, I was able, higher picture quality, use more data. Okay, so earlier I went live, and thank you for the person and the people who are in the chat right now. I see you guys. Earlier I went live and I was able to somehow, some way change the thumbnail, and I just got distracted, you guys. So I do apologize if you guys are seeing me look off into my phone really quickly. I'm trying to figure out how I was able to post my thumbnail while I was live. Like I know how, but I just gotta see if it will pop up. Because if it pops up, then I'm sure that I could sit here and upload this for you guys. But when it comes to distractions, knowing that there's no right or wrong way to live your life, so you want to be mindful of the people, places, and things that you're exposing yourself to, as well as what you're focusing on. So, like me personally, you guys, like I intentionally I intentionally was so hyperly independent growing up as a child. Like I've always had my own money. I've always had my own job. I've been working since I was 17. I've always taken care of myself. And because I was so hyperly independent, all I ever wanted from anybody, not realizing, was attention, like males and females. That's all I ever wanted. Like I never needed anything from people specifically, not realizing that all I wanted was attention. Long story short, because I wasn't able to understand that I I personally needed to learn how to accept the fact that me being stable, like being financially stable, being independent is a good thing. Like, you guys, the reason why I'm currently making this video right now is because of certain decisions from my past. Like, I moved out when I was 21 years old and I was working since I was 17. And like, I was taking care of myself. I had my own apartment up until the end of 2020. And that's because I got into a relationship that was not for me. And afterwards, trying to like find myself and realizing that people will distract you just as much as the world. And that's why it's really important to be mindful of who you're giving your energy to, who you're focusing on, and who you are engaged with, you guys. Like, I have distracted myself. I have distracted myself with a lot of people, places, and things that now look at it, I've accepted and forgiven, but like now that I am where I am right now, like I wouldn't tolerate half of the stuff that I did, and realizing that I've only tolerated half of the stuff that I did because I was distracted. So knowing that distractions, if it's not delay, which is a difference, it's a difference between delay. My bad, guys, I'm fixing my pants. It's a difference between delay and distractions. Like if something is being delayed for you, it's a reason why, and that's something that I'm learning is being patient with myself as well as understanding why things are happening versus if something is distracted from you, like you're not able to focus, you're not able to, do what needs to be done. How can I find this? Let me see if I type it in. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to see if I can fix this really quickly because as of you guys who are returning and if you are already in the chat, the screen that I have for or the logo, not the screen, the logo that I have for my channel, which I plan on updating very soon. I've been working on it. I'm trying to find this video, you guys. Like, let me if I type it in specifically. Let's see. So for those of you who are joining the chat, make sure, like I said, you guys are just following me on my social media. Once again, I only have Instagram and Twitter. Anything else I do not have. So just keeping that in mind. Okay, I found it, you guys. I'm pressed. I am pressed. Okay, so give me one more second. I'm gonna go ahead. I did all that and I didn't even have it ready. But just know that in life, every day is a new day. So learning to forgive yourself, learning to practice daily, and not being so hard on yourself. That's something that I want to go over. So something that I've experienced from being distracted is being so hard on myself. So like realizing that you need yourself in this world. You need yourself more than you need anybody else. Like Ty, that's me, talk to Ty. I need myself more than anybody needs me in this world, and you need yourself more than you in this world. So like what I want to suggest and advise is not being so hard on yourself and not being so mean. Like we say mean stuff about ourselves, like changing your vocabulary and changing how you think. I know a lot of people say that all the time, but your mentality has a lot to do with your attitude and your outcome. So give me one second, you guys. I can make this thumbnail. But realizing as I continue to talk, realizing that your perspective, and this is why I educate you guys, because everyone in life does not have the same resources. I don't expect people to think a certain type of way, and everyone does not have, the education or the finances. So me personally, I'm just here to suggest and advise information. Now, your attitude and how you choose to determine this information is going to be based off of you. Like if this information is resonating with you, I suggest and advise you stay tuned and you be patient. And if it's not, like me personally, anybody who's coming towards my page to not fix themselves is just let them be a fan, okay? I don't pay people any attention, any mind who are not trying to better themselves or in a better position. What I mean by better position, not better than, but are doing well off for me to be like, okay, this is someone I would surround myself with. Like, don't take advice from the people you went to school with. Don't take advice from your family. Don't take advice from the guys and the girls that you're dating with if they're not trying to align themselves or be on the same page. Because what people are going to do, what people have been trying to do to me for a while, is project, you guys. And it's really embarrassing. Like, me personally, growing up, I never realized how much people projected onto me because I never like been on earth mentally, okay, if you caught that. So, like, growing up, I've always been in my own world. I've always been the main character, not realizing that as I've grown older, people, because they knew that I was the main character in my life, tried to make me feel some type of way. And once again, this channel is about not invalidating people. I never went out my way to make anybody felt bad. People just naturally will sit here when people don't like themselves, they will try to project how they feel about you onto themselves. Like, when people see you look good, when people see you doing good, they're like, "Oh, who did this person think she is?" Like, a lot of people would try to project their insecurities. And before, when I felt some type of way, it was people that I know. I would confront them. I'd be like, "If we're friends, we should be able to talk about this. We should be able to talk about that." As I've gotten older, I cut off every single person, remove myself, and realize that if you're not able to fix what you like about yourself, you're not gonna make me feel bad because I don't go my way thinking like I'm King Julian or I am you know, someone in someone who is just so much more superior than or better than people. Like, that's not how I carry myself. Like, naturally, I have class, and because energy speaks for itself, you will feel me because that's what your presence is for. But to sit here and bring somebody down just because you're not comfortable with yourself, that's not my problem. It's never my issue. And that's the thing, you guys. That's when you don't want to be so hard on yourself because one thing that I've realized is that when you hang around people who are not comfortable with themselves, that talk badly about you and talk badly about themselves, like the energy, the music, the entertainment, what you're going out, what you're listening to, what you're eating, like it's so unnecessary and it's a part of being distracted. Like, that's like the television. It's not to say in America and the rest of the world there aren't real events, but it's so deeper. Like, our history has been so deeply enrooted in that it's all a distraction. Everything has a hidden agenda and everything here is already on earth. Like, I tell a lot of my subscribers, especially if you're returning, to go outside, you guys, like on some real ish, go outside and just look at the sky. You will realize that the clouds are moving. Like, you're gonna be like, oh, Ty, I knew that. Do you really know that? Do you realize that the rest of the world is moving, that we live in a universe and that the sky is the universe because there are no walls in space, meaning we have to build buildings on top of cut trees. You have to cut trees to build houses or buildings. So if you take away the land, you take away the building, you just have nothing but dirt and water, dirt and land. And that's what the world is made up of. And people not realizing that they're more than the 3D, which is the physical and material world. Like, how much energy that you carry and have for yourself. So really quickly, you guys, I think I'm gonna end this video soon. Let me just add the thumbnail. So really quickly, just definitely gets too many words. So realizing though, you guys, that we don't want to be distracted. So how do we go about what I want to suggest and advise is anytime that you feel a negative thought or negative emotion and you don't have anybody around you to confide in, what I want to suggest and advise when it's helped me along my journey is to go ahead and get a notebook or a journal or a diary. I don't care where you get it from. You can get it from Walmart, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Target, um, Office Depot, Staples, Michaels, wherever they sell notebooks and composition books. It can look like this, or it could look like this, or it could look like this. Okay, you guys, I have a whole desk in front of me. And that's another thing, you guys. I'm about to open this. I'm not going to open it right now, but I'm definitely about to open this new ring light that I purchased last year because I've been using my new planner. And we do have our new calendar up. And my birthday already passed, so no, it's not my birthday. But yeah, I am 25 for those of you who are just joining the chat and just now checking out. But if you are interested in these type of videos and you have been already, make sure, like I said, you guys are giving this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below and make sure you're subscribed. So I'm about to see. What do I want to put right here, you guys? I'm trying to find a thumbnail picture or something. This is new. I don't like this, so we're just gonna put. Let's just change this. You guys, I'm trying to think. Oh, I could put. Let's see if this works. And you guys, when it comes to not being distracted, you have to be in tune with yourself and you have to know what it is specifically that your desires are and your needs are. So if you're not sure of what those are, continuing to heal yourself. So on this channel specifically and strategically, all of last year and previously, the previous years, because I've been, like I said, started this channel. When I first started it, I was making content in general, so for like the collective, for anybody to watch. And then as I've grown my channel and you guys were interacting, I made content based off of you guys. And then from networking, I've learned to, be a little bit more vulnerable. So at this point, when it comes to not being distracted, you want to continue to, hear yourself. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys are checking out my other videos that I have posted, as well as the videos that I've been posting so far for this year. So the month of January and February, I have been going live simply because one, I did want to come off. Um, I did want to do things differently, as well as what the heck? I did want to do things differently, as well as realize like how these videos were gonna be affected. My bad, you guys. I'm just looking at my phone. I'm just trying to see something. But shout out to the one person in the chat right now. You have always been in the chat. So make sure you guys like these videos, okay, you guys? I am not gonna tell nobody who chooses to stop by and watch these videos to watch them. Like, if you do not have genuine intentions, if you're not trying to grow yourself, like, I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because people focus on people that they don't like secretly or envy of, and they become obsessed. And I'm gonna let you know now, you guys, my type of energy, I know I could be addicting, good and bad, okay? So just keep that in mind. Like, that's another thing too. You don't want to be distracted by people, places, and things that you don't even like. Like, imagine going out your way to watch someone that you don't like. Imagine following people on social media or being friends and associating yourself with people you don't like or that don't like you. And you guys, I've had to learn this, like, I wouldn't say the hard way, but it was interesting how I had to, learn this. People around you that you will be around that you want to do well for, they do not feel that way about you. And me personally, you guys, I always suggest and advise, like me personally, I would never want someone that I know that I don't like. I think that's so delusional. And it's embarrassing because it's like if you're not going to take notes, you going out your way to see what somebody's doing, you don't realize the time and energy that you put onto yourself. Like, you're putting a lot of energy into something when you could be putting the time and energy into yourself. That's like when people gossip, you don't want to be distracted about people who are not doing what you're doing. Like, a lot of people have gossiped about me, to me, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And not realizing that one, two, I have gossip, so I know how to do the same thing. And realizing that when people are gossiping about you and they're not doing anything that you're doing, that's a distraction. Like, if anybody that I know personally talks about me, you guys, you know how distracted they would have to be because I don't talk to none of the people that I used to. And if I have, they know where they stand. Other than that, I'm making new relationships as well as new subscribers. Like, it's not to say that you can't be friends with the people that you grew up with, but realizing there's some people you're going to outgrow and not taking advice or surrounding yourself with people who don't even do anything for themselves. Like, not being distracted by people, places, and things with low vibrations and low energies to disturb you. Like, imagine if I allowed people with low vibrations to disturb me. I would not be here with my beautiful tail self, trying to get my beautiful tail self back to who I've always been. Because here's the thing, because I was distracted in my past, you guys, like I had to learn from those decisions. And those decisions are part of your consequences. That's why one thing I want to suggest and advise is to take your time to continue to get to know yourself, take your time to see what you like and what you don't like. Because when you are familiar with yourself, you're going to know what your needs and your wants are. You're going to know your cons and your pros, and you're going to start prioritizing yourself, and you're going to start doing things that align with your nature and in your spirit. So, keeping that in mind, like, never go out your way, you guys, to be with anybody. And that's a job, that's, like an environment. Okay. When people let you know that they're not comfortable with themselves, believe them. Believe them. Let them know that they are not comfortable with themselves. Like, either by letting them know and just be like, "Hey, I wanna talk to you, I wanna bring something up to you," or just removing yourself. Like, there's so many people that I thought, had genuine intentions towards me, and spiritually, their spirits are not aligned with mine, and that's what a lot of people fail to realize, especially if you know yourself. A lot of people can say whatever they want. There are a lot of people who have done and said things about me and then deny them, but their spirit. And me personally, because I'm aware, very everything is spiritual in life. I let things happen in the spiritual realm. Like, people don't realize, like, what you put out is what you get, good and bad. So, like right now, the energy that I'm getting, I know I'm being watched right now. There are a couple of people, there are two people in the chat right now as we speak, even though it doesn't say. Um, you people that are hidden, that are watching my video right now, like it. You're here, okay? For those of you who are hidden right now, because I can see people that are hidden in the chat. There are two people right now that are watching this chat and it's hidden. But it's okay, because when the live ends, I always see who's in the chat. That's a fact you guys don't know. So that's another thing. Just keep in mind on what you're focusing on and what you're putting your energy to. You do not want to get distracted with a relationship, friends, nothing, you guys. People that are going to be for you, they're not going to treat you bad. They're not going to talk badly about you. They're not going to second guess you. They're not going to not realize your worth immediately. Anybody who does not value your worth and feel like you are an option, remove them or remove boundaries. Like, there have been people in my life where, like I said, I wanted attention so bad that I thought that I wanted to be around certain people or, just be exposed to certain environments until I got there and I realized, like, this is not for me. But because I've been so deeply in balance with my emotions before I had healed myself, because I've suffered just like everybody else in the world, I was emotionally unstable. So, like, I would literally hang around people, be around people, entertain people just because I was bored and felt like I needed attention, and not realizing that it was a distraction. Like, all those people were distractions. Like, none of those people are moving forward or wanted to help me move forward. So it's like, why would I continue to be around you? Like, and that's the thing. People try to figure you out. Like, people don't know you. Like, nobody on this internet knows me in real life other than myself. Like, saying that you know of someone, like, you don't have that person's phone number. You're not in their life. You don't know who they are. People go through things every single year. Like, you could change within 5 months. You could change within a year. That's why I tell you guys here necessarily not to compare yourself or to worry or to, like I said, get distracted by low vibrational people that are not doing what you're doing, or even with your time and energy. And I am going to say low vibrational because on this channel, I have nothing but high vibration. So, once again, anybody who chooses to support me, your reflection. So, like, if you're not supporting and you're just going out your way just to keep up, I mean, hey, what a wonderful time to play. Like, hey, Tony was just on his TikTok. That's the Arthur song. I don't know what to like do, because like I said, people don't realize. I got this heating pad mess. People don't realize what you focus on grows. So it's like, keep that in mind. The people, places, and things. That's why you guys don't want to be distracted. You gotta be mindful of who you're talking to. You gotta be mindful of what you're watching. You gotta be mindful, like, the television. Like, Because, like I said, it's so easy to distract people and influence people. And especially if you're insecure or intimidated by someone like such, you're gonna feel intimidated. You're gonna feel bothered. You're gonna feel the need to be projected. When people are so in tune with themselves and they heal themselves, you're gonna try good and bad. Okay, you guys, like I've attracted low vibrational people and I've attracted high vibrational people. Like you're always spiritual because you've been a spirit since you were born. You're born with a body though. And that's why I tell you guys like to understand your vessel, taking care of your body. And that's something too that I'm working on myself inside and out. Like not just giving your body to you guys and any and everybody because like guys will and can throw off your pH balance. Okay, you guys, like I had to understand that. Not just that, like giving your body to people like is disgusting. And I'm just gonna say this from experience. I have been disgusted with certain people that I have engaged with, not knowing because once again, either being emotionally unavailable, not taking ownership, or because I was emotionally unavailable, not taking ownership, just being like, whatever, YOLO, and not realizing that it's so important of who you're sharing your space with, who you're entertaining, you guys. Like, you do not want to get distracted by the wrong people, places, and things because people who are aware of, your growth and what you are and what you do, and they're not doing anything with themselves, they're going to try to stop, or that's the keyword, try. Like, nobody can stop something that's meant for you. That's like me. You can't stop me. Why? Because I'm alive and I'm well. Okay. And who's gonna check me? Who's gonna check me? Who's like people could say, "Oh, her hair's not done." Oh, blah, 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 blah. Like if people are not going out their way to like, cause any type of chaos physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, or even financially, or just all aspects, but mainly like in the physical realm, okay? Don't pay these people no mind because once again, they're a form of a distraction. It's so much easier to try to make people feel bad when other people don't feel good about themselves. Like people are gonna go out their way, you guys. That's why like anybody subscribe to my channel, anybody here, like you cannot, you just you just can't, man. You just can't do this. Like so really quickly, hey, you guys, it's the same person who comes to my videos all the time. You know, I never say anything because, like I said, I'm aware of that. Like I've always been like that in real life. Like this internet stuff, you guys, like I said, this is physical material. Like I do not let the internet phase me. Meaning, I'm aware that the entire net was created just like any and everything else on this world. Okay, you guys. Keep that in mind. People are going to be people. That's why you want to surround yourself with people who are not going to distract you. You want to practice, you want to reflect and realize that you're not your past, your present, or your future, but you're living and you're time traveling. So, not being so content with label, not being so hard on yourself, and practicing daily. So, I'm about to end this video, okay? Because one, I'm hungry, and two, I said what I need to say and I made my time. So for the person who is still in the chat, make sure you share the video. Okay. Make sure you are sharing this video. Make sure you're sharing this video while you're here, if you are in the chat, because right now, you guys, it's only one person in the chat. How do I know? Because it says it right here. But you guys, you see, you guys can turn your view thing off. But you see, they just upgraded our system. So now I know like people, I know people are watching my videos, good or bad. People are gonna talk. But like I said, I personally would not suggest and advise, and I say this with love, I personally do not suggest and advise following people you do not like. You're gonna become obsessed, you guys. You will become obsessed with people if they're not aligned for you, or they're not meant for you, or if you don't want to focus on them, they're gonna be your focus. And if you don't believe me, watch this person become obsessed if they're not already. Because you guys, this is the internet. There are going to be a lot of people who say things. There are going to be a lot of people who do things. It's not my job to sit here and point everybody out, but this is a live video, so anything happen. But just because anything happened doesn't mean you allow things or you tolerate it. So don't let the trolls distract you, okay? Don't let the naysayers, especially if they're not doing anything. And that's something that I remember ASAP Rocky said in one of his interviews. Like, it'd be different if you were doing nothing. For people to talk about you when you're doing something, people they're talking about you because they're not doing what you want to do. But in life, because everybody did not ask to be born, nobody has life fairly or equally. That's why you have to continue to work on yourself so you can hear yourself, so you can do what's going to work best for you and know what's not going to work for you. So, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Live your life. Don't forget to say YOLO, okay, guys? And stay tuned for further videos. I am going to be going live again. TBD, TBD. But make sure you guys are following me on my socials, and you guys will see probably when and what time or how or when I decided to go back to live again. So make sure you guys are giving this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions. Let me know. If you guys have any specific videos or content that you want me to go over, make sure that you are checking that out. I bet you guys are just saying something, but yeah. Make sure you guys are checking that out. Okay. Until next time, you guys, I love you. Don't forget to say hello and live your best life.